So students, kindly open the exercise 5.2. And question number 5, it is given that the number of students in a hostel speaking different languages is given below. Display the data in pie chart. So students, for this question you are given a table and you need to draw the chart, which is the pie chart. So before going for the pie chart, you need to find the central angle. Students, you need to find the central angle. Any students who can give me the formula for getting the central angle? Any of the student? That is the formula. Okay. Now you need to make. Formula is that value of the component divided by total value of the component multiplied by 360. So you need to find the angle for each and every component, and then you need to draw all these angles in a circle. So that will be the pie chart. Pie chart will be in the form of a circle. So I'm going to switch the board and I will find the central angle. Central angle is necessary. So I'm going to switch that. Okay, now all of you are able to see the board. Okay. Okay, so thank you for your confirmation. So students, whatever the table is given there, first I am going to draw that. Suppose that here it is given language. So here I am going, it is the question number 5. It is question number 5 and given on the page number 83, exercise 5.2. Here it is given language. And in the second column, it is given number of students. Number of students. So first I am going to write these value from the question, number of student and language. So there are how many languages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 languages are there. Sorry, 5 languages are there. One is the given total. So here it is Hindi. First language is Hindi. Second is English. So second it is English. Third one is Marathi. That is Marathi. Next one is Tamil. That is Tamil. And last one is Bengali. Okay, so these are the languages, and the particular students who are going to use that language, that number of students is given. For the Hindi, the number of students are 40. For the English, it is given 12. And for the Marathi, it is 9. And Tamil, that is 7. Yes, now all of you need to unmute. If I am going to ask for, sorry, mute it. Okay, all of you need to mute. And then Bengali is 4. So that is the number of students is given. So I have written that, and here in the next I will find the central angle. So central angle. So whatever the value you will use in the pie chart, that you will use that central angle. Here it is given the total number of students also, that I am going to write, that is the total. So here the total number of students is given, that is 72. So whatever that table is given, that is given for the 72 students. If you are going to add all these languages, then number of students for all these languages are 72. Now that is total, means you are given the total value of the component, that is 72. So if I am going to find the central angle for the Hindi, so central angle for the Hindi will be value of the Hindi, that is 40, divided by total value, and total is 72, and multiply by 360. So that is the way to find the central angle. So you will find the central angle for each and every language. So here 36 1 ja 36, it will be 10, and 36 2 ja 72, and it will be 22 ja 40. So 20 into 10, that is 200. So what is the angle for the Hindi? That is 200 degree. Now I am going for the English. So for the English, value is 12 upon 72 multiply by 360. So again it will be cancelled 2 times, and it is 10. 36 10 ja 360, and 36 2 ja 72, and 2 6 ja 12. It is equal to 10 into 60 6, that will be 60 degree. Now you will calculate for the 9. So 9 upon 72 into 360. Again it will be 10. It is 2, and 2 5 ja 10. It will be 9 5 ja 45 degree. and then you will calculate for 7. 7 upon 72 into 360, and again it will be 2 and it is 10, and 2 5 ja 10, 7 5 ja 35 degree, and here last one is 4, so 4 upon 72 into 360, again it is 10, it is 2, and 2 2 ja 4, that is equal to 20 degree. So students, all of you got the central angle for each and every language. So here these are the central angle for each and every language. Now students, how you will confirm that whatever the angle you are going to get, that is all these angles are correct or not? The whatever the calculation is there, that is correct or not? How you will decide this? Any of the student? Okay, very good. If you are going to add this, all the angles, if you are going to add, and if it is exactly equal to 360 degree, it means that whatever the angles you had find, that is correct. So if you are going to add 5 5 10, and here it is 1 is the carry, then 2 1 3 3 6 4 10 6 16, and that is 2 1 3, that is 360 degree. It means total angle is 360 degree. If suppose that any student is going to do any wrong calculation in any of the part, then that sum will not be equal to 360 degree. So if you want to confirm that the angles which you are going to find, it is correct or not, so you will add, and after that if it is 360 degree, it is correct. So first step is that you will find the angle. So angle it is going to be found. So after that you need to draw a circle. So here I am going to erase that. Okay, if anyone is writing that, then I will wait, otherwise may I erase it? Yes students, anyone is writing this? Okay, so if anyone is writing, then he or she need to ask me, I will give some time. So I'm going to erase that. Actually whatever this portion is there, that video I had already given. So okay, students, I'm going to bring the protractor also to draw the angle, so wait for few seconds. Okay students, so here I have taken the protractor for the board. First what you need to do, you need to draw a circle, and you are not supposed to draw any specific radius. You can take any radius, 4 centimeter, 5 centimeter. You need to draw a circle. So here I am going to draw a circle. So suppose that if I am going to draw a circle, so it will be possible by protractor only. So you can draw the circle by protractor, but here I am going to use that sorry, compass you need to use to draw the circle, but here I am going to draw by using protractor. So first you need to draw the circle, and after that you need to point out that center. Suppose that here it is the center of the circle, and then you will draw one of the radius. So first you need to draw a circle with the compass, and after that circle will be of any radius. You will get the center, and you need to draw one of the radius. After that you need to draw all these angles in that circle. So 200 degree, is it possible to draw 200 degree with the help of that protractor? No. So what the angle, if you are going to get any angle that is greater than 180 degree, so you need to leave that. Okay, you need to leave that. I will use that angle in the very last. 60 degree is possible, so first I am going to start from 60 degree. So if you are going to get any angle that is more than 180 degree, that is not possible by the protractor, so you need to leave that angle and you need to draw the next one. So here it is 60 degree. So here you will put the protractor like this, and whatever the angle is there, that is 60 degree. So you need to draw the 60 degree. So 60 degree here. So I am going to mark it, and again I will use the scale to join this. So I had drawn this angle, it is 60 degree. So first here I had drawn this 60 degree, next angle is 45 degree. So again you use take the protractor and you will keep it here. It is like this. Whatever the new line you had drawn, on that you need to put that protractor, and after that next angle is 45 degrees. So here it is 45 degree. So here you will mark that, and after that you will join this 45 degree. So here this angle is 45 degrees. So here it is 45 degree. Next one is 35 degrees. So again you will put the protractor like this on the next one, and 35 degree. So here it is 30, so 35 will be here. So it is 35 degree. So again you need to join this. It is like this. It is 35 degree and last angle is 20 degree. So again you will put it here and then you will draw the 20 degree. So here it is 20 degree. So mark that 20 degree and you need to join it. So it is 20 degree and it is 35 degree. Now students, I had drawn all these angles. All these angles I had drawn. Which angle is remaining? That is 200 degree. Only I had not drawn the 200 degree, rest of the angles are drawn. So if I am going to ask that in a point, if I am going to rotate it, total angles will be possible, that will be 360 degree. So out of 360 degree I had drawn this angle. So whatever the remaining this angle is there, that is equal to whatever the left angle is there, that is 200 degree. So students, by this way, if you are going to get any angle more than 180 degrees, so you need to draw rest of the angles one by one, and whatever the last will be remaining, that will be equal to the remaining angle, that is 200 degree. After that you will give the naming of all the portion. That 200 degree is represented by Hindi, so here you will write Hindi. Okay, so reason is that if anyone is going to find that pie chart, he will know that 200 degree for the Hindi, and for the English that is 60 degrees. So here you will mention it is English. For Marathi it is 45 degrees. So here you will mention Marathi. In the same way, 35 degrees for the Tamil. So here you will write Tamil. And 20 degrees for the Bengali. So here you will mention Bengali. So it is the way to draw the any pie chart. If any pie chart it is given a table, so first you will find the central angle, and after that you need to draw a circle where you will represent all these angles. So got it clear, Tejas? Okay, so that is going to be your question is over. Okay, now next Prachi. Yes, Prachi. That is exercise. Exercise once again. Prachi once. Okay, on page number 118. Okay, I am going to open the page number 118. Okay, I had opened the page number 118. What is the example? On the previous page, question number. Once again, you need to read the question. Once you need to read the question. Okay, just I am going to suggest that is given on the page number 118. Acha, that is 117. Okay, I was searching on the page number 118, so I got the doubt. Okay, no problem. I got that question. Okay. So I am going to explain that. Acha, only third point. Okay, just wait. Okay, so in this question it is given that a picnic is being planned in a school for class 7th. Girls are 60% of the total number of students and are 18 in numbers. The picnic site is 55 km from the school and the transport company is charging at the rate of 12 km per hour. The total cost of refreshment will be rupees 4,280. Then you need to find the ratio of the number of girls to the number of boys in the class. The cost per head if 2 teachers are also going with the class, and if their first stop, that third part you need to ask na. Okay, if their first stop is at a place 22 km from the school, what percent of the total distance of 55 km is this? So you need to find that in the first third part 22 km is what percent of 55 km. Got it clear? You had solved this type. question in the question number 1 also of the exercise 8.1. The question is like that. It is the question number example. It is example 1. So it is given that if the first stop is 22 km, so you need to find 22 km is what percent of 55 km. That is the question. Okay, 22 km is what percent of 55 km. So how you will calculate it? Any of the students who can give me the answer? If I am going to ask 22 km is what percent of 22 upon 55 into 100. Okay, I had explained this type of question. So if you are going to find the percentage, first you will check the whatever the both value are there, that having the same unit or not. So here it is in kilometer, it is also in kilometer. So there is no need to change the unit of the value if both having the same unit. So whatever the first value is there, 22 upon 55 multiply by 100. So 11 2 ja 22, 11 5 ja 55, and it will be 20. So 20 into 2, that is 40%. So 22 km is the 44% of 55 kilometer. Now it is asked that what percent of the distance is left to be covered. So if 40% is covered, then what is the percentage of the distance that is not covered? Any of the student? Here in the question it is given that 22 kilometer is the covered and 22 kilometer is the 40%, and all of you know that there will be the 100%. So if 40% of the distance is covered, so the distance not covered equal to the distance left. The distance left equal to 100 minus 40%. That will be 100 minus 40%, and it is equal to 60%. So that is the total distance which is not covered, 60%. So Prachik, got it? Okay. Further, if any other doubt is there in this question, then ask me. Okay. Okay. So your doubt is clear. Now Aryan Yadav. Yes, Aryan. अच्छा अनन्या, हाँ सॉरी अनन्या यादव. Yes Ananya, what's exercise 8.2 question number? Okay, exercise 8.3 and the question number 10. Okay, I am going to explain that. The population, okay. So here it is given the population of a place increased to 54,000 in 2003. Okay, the similar question I had given in the homework also, where you got the 1 year ago what was the population. So that is the question number 10, and it is of the exercise 8.3. It is given that the population of a place increased to 54,000 in 2003. It means population in year 2003, that is given 54,000. In the year 2003, the population was 54,000, and what is the rate percent of the growth? R equal to, that is given 5% per annum. Rate is given 5% per annum. Now in the first part you need to find the population in 2001. You need to find, in the first part you need to find the population in 2001. That is the first part. So students, the population for 2003 is given, and you need to find the population for 2001. It means you need to find the population in the previous back of the 2 years. So if you are going to find any previous value, so that you will assume as a x. So here it is as the population of 2001. So you will take, it is 2003 is given, and you are going to get the previous year population. So you will take it x. So let population in 2001 was x. So here I am going to take population in 2001 was x. Now it is going to be increased at the rate of 5%, and It means if in 2001 it was X, so after 2 years it is 54,000, and the population will increase just like the compound interest. So here you will take population in 2003, that is equal to, if the 2001 population is X, that will be taken as principal. So X P 1 plus R, so 1 plus R is 5 upon 100, and to the power n, 2001 to 2003 the year gap is 2 years, so here you will take 2 year for the time. So population in 2003 will be X, whatever the population in 2001, that will be taken as principal. So P 1 plus R, R is 5 upon 100 to the power 2, reason is that 2001 and then 2002, 2003, 2 years gap is there. Now what is the population in 2003? That is given 54,000. So it is 54,000 equal to X, and here 5 1 is 5, it will be 20. So it will be 1 plus 1 upon 20 to the power 2. So it is 54,000 equal to X. It will be 21 upon 20. So into 21 upon 20 into 21 upon 20. Now you will transfer these value in the left side. So it will be 54,000 into 20 upon 21 into 20 upon 21 equal to X. And after calculating this, you will get the value of X. And X is the population in year 2001. So got it, Ananya, how you will get the population in year 2001? Okay, so that is the first part of the question. If you are going to find any value that is just before the given value, given for the 2003 and you are going for the 2001, so that you will take X. Now in the second part, I am going to explain what is given in the second part. In the second part, it is asked that what would be the population in 2005. Now you need to find in the second part population in 2005. Population in 2005, that you need to find. So here 2003 population is given and you need to find population in 2005. It means you are going to find the population after 2 years. In the first part you got the population just before 2 years, and here you need to find the population after 2 years. So if you are going to find, it is just like the question where you are going to find the compound interest. If the any money given to any person in 2003 is 54,000, then what will be the total money or total amount in year 2005? That is similar to that. So here P you will take 54,000, whatever it is in 2003. So here you will write population in 2005 equal to P, and P you will take 54,000. 1 plus rate is 5 upon 100 to the power n, and after 2003, 2004, 2005, it means you need to find the population after 2 years. So you need to calculate it, and that will be the population for year 2005. So you can calculate this, Ananya. Okay, so again, if any confusion is there in this part, then ask me. Okay, so kindly focus on that, what the value you are going to find. If you are going to find any value that is just before the given value, so you need to take that X. And if you are going to find any value just after the given value, so there you will use the same formula similar to the whatever the you had applied for the finding the interest or compound interest. Okay, so that is clear. Now I am going to ask the next student. So next is Shreya Yadav. Okay, 6.1, question number 7, third part. Okay, so I am going to search that question. Exercise 6.1. Can you give me the page number? Okay, page number 96. Okay, I got the page number 96 and question number 7, third part. Okay, Shreya. So here it is given in the question number 7. That is the exercise 6.1 student, question number 7, and here it is the third part. Now I am going to explain that how you will find. Okay, I will ask the answer from your side only. If I am going to ask 1 and 3, 1 and 3 are the first two odd numbers. 1 is the first odd number and 3 is the second odd number. If I am going to ask what is the sum of the first two odd numbers, first two odd numbers are 1 and 3. So 1 plus 3 equal to 4, and these are the first two odd numbers. So first two odd numbers yani 1 and 2, that is equal to 2 square. So 2 square equal to 4. In the same way, if I am going for the first three odd numbers, so 1, 3 and next odd number is 5. What is the sum of this? 5, 3, 8, 1, 9. And how many odd numbers are there? 1, 2, 3. So that is equal to 3 square. If 4 odd numbers are there, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So what will be the sum? That is equal to 7, 5, 12, 3, 15, 1, 16. And how many odd numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is equal to 4 square. It means that here you are going to get a sequence. Whatever the numbers of odd numbers are there, how many odd numbers are there? So that will be the, you will find the whatever the total number of odd numbers are there, and you need to find the square of this. In the last third part is given like this: 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 up to it is plus 23. Rest of the numbers are written here. If I am going to ask that, if you are going to add, if you are going to follow the same sequence, 1, 3, 5. So if two odd numbers are there, so you had written 2 square. If three odd numbers are there, then their sum is 3 square is 9. If 4 odd numbers are there, then 4 square is 16. So first count in the book that how many odd numbers are there. 1 to 23, how many odd numbers are there? Count in the book. That is 12. So if you are going to follow the same sequence, so what will be the sum? If 4 odd numbers was there, so 4 square. So if 12 odd numbers are there, then the sum will be 12 square, and 12 square equal to 144. So students, here I had not added it directly. One way is that you will add it 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 7, 16. So that addition will take a little bit more time as compared to this. So it is the way, if you are going to add the first odd numbers, like, so that will be the, whatever the number of odd numbers are there, that's squares. So that will be the square of 12. Reason is that here 12 odd numbers are there. So got it clear, Shreya? Okay, so one way is that you can add it, otherwise one way is that that is the sequence that you need to follow. Now Aditya Rai. Exercise 2.5 and question number. Okay. So exercise 2.5, I am going to open that, and question number 6. Okay, that is the linear equation that you need to solve. So here I am going to explain how you will solve. Now all of you need to mute. Okay, mute it. Yes, students whose microphone is unmuted, kindly mute it. Okay, so that is the question number 6. Question number 6, you had asked here 5. Once again confirm me, Aditya Rai. Okay, question number 6. So it is given m minus 1 upon 2 equal to 1 minus m minus 2 upon 3. So it is like this. Okay, so why I had written the bracket? Reason is that 2 is the in the fraction of m minus 1. Yeah, 2 is the denominator of both m minus 1. So that's why I had written that bracket. In the same way here 3 is the denominator of m minus 2. So you need to find that. So students, if you are going to find, in left side you are having some subtraction. Here it is m minus, that is m minus, and here it is 1 minus. So first you will take the LCM in the left side. What is the LCM in the left side? M is written as m upon 1. M का means क्या है? That is m upon 1. So what is the LCM of this 1 and 2? That will be 2. So 1 2 is 2 and 2 into m, that is 2m. Now here it is minus, so I had kept here minus. And 2 1 is 2 and 1 into m minus 1, that will be m minus 1. So it is similar to the whatever the addition subtraction you are going for the numbers, the same you will follow. So 1 and 2 you have taken LCM, then 1 2 ja 2, 2 into m 2m, here it is minus, and 2 1 ja 2, 1 multiply by m minus 1, so 1 into m minus 1. Now here what will be the LCM? That will be 3. Here 1 means 1 upon 1. So 1 3 ja 3, 3 1 ja 3, minus 3 1 ja 3, 1 into m minus 2, that will be m minus 2. Now you need to open the bracket. Here just before the bracket negative sign is there. So sign of all the value in the bracket will be changed. So 2m, m is positive, so it will be negative, and minus 1 is negative, so it will be positive upon 2. And here 3, and here it is minus, so minus m, and minus into minus, that will be plus 2. Now what are the like term? 2m minus m, that is equal to 2m minus m. Any of the student? 2m minus m, that is m, plus 1 upon 2 equal to, here it is 3 plus 2, 3 and 2 both are the like terms, so 3 plus 2 equal to, that will be 5 minus m upon 3. Now next, here it is the fractional and it is the fractional, so you will go for the cross multiplication. So 3 will be multiplied in this side and 2 will be multiplied in this side. So it is equal to 3 into m plus 1 equal to 3 multiplied by m plus 1 and equal to 2 multiplied by 5 minus m. So it is equal to 3m plus 3 equal to 2 5 ja 10 minus 2m. So 3 into m 3m plus 3 into 1 3 equal to 2 5 ja 10 minus 2m. You need to send the variable term in one side and numerical value in other side. So minus 2m will be transferred in this side. So 3m plus 2m, and 3 will be transferred in that side, then it will be 10 minus 3. So it shows that 5m equal to 7. Yeah, it shows that m equal to 5 will be transferred in that side, that will be 7 upon 5. So it will be the value of m. So Aditya got the solution how to solve. Okay, so now Divyansh Yadav. Yes, if Divyansh is here in the class, so kindly ask your doubt. Yes, Divyansh. Nice. Okay, exercise 5.2 question number 5.2 question number once again 1, and which part? First part. Okay. Okay, so kindly open the book on the page number 82. All of you need to open the book on the page number 82. One pie chart is given, that is given like this. So all of you are having the book, so you will be able to get that pie chart. In the first part, it is asked that if 20 people like classical music, how many young people were surveyed? So it is given that number of people like classical music, that is given equal to 20. So in the first part, it is given that 20 people like the classical music, and kindly see the pie chart. Whatever the percentage of the people like the classical music, from the pie chart, what is the percentage of the people like the classical music? That is 10%. So 10% people like classical music, that is given. So number of people 20 and 10%, it means both will be same. And what you need to find, how many total people were there? You need to find the total number of people. So you will take let total number of people, that is equal to x. In the question it is asked that how many people were surveyed, it means you need to find the total number of people. So if total number of people is x, then people who is going to like the classical music, that will be 10% of the total people. It means people like classical music, that is equal to 10% of the total number of people, and you have taken it is x. So 10% means 10 upon 100 into x. So it will be x upon 10. It means number of people like the classical music is x upon 10, and x upon 10, that is equal to 20. That is given in the question. Number of people like the classical music is 20. So according to the question, x upon 10, that is equal to 20. It shows that x equal to 20 into 10, 200. It means total 200 people were there, and out of that, if I am going to ask that what is the 10% of 200, 10% of 200 will be, any of the student kindly answer me, what is the 10% of 200? 20. So here you got that 20 number of people going to like the classical music. So if the total number of person is 200, so out of 200, 10% is going to like the classical music. So 10% of 200 is 20. So you are going to get the correct answer. So total number of people are 200. That is your answer. So got it clear, Divyans? Okay. So now student, now time is going to be over. So again, today I will give you the answer of the homework question in the your Google Classroom. What is the correct answer of the all the 3 questions that I will give. So you need to match your answer with whatever you had given the solution. So you need to match the answer. So thank you for being here. Thank you to all of you students.